it was not, it was a controversial idea. How was it a controversial idea? Because it was happening in small towns like in Kansas and Iowa. And it was controversial because the people who were going to have to pay for the new four-year high school were rich folks in town, the local banker, the local lawyer, and the rich farmer in town. They were going to have to pay for it, but they had already paid for their kids to get a private education at boarding school. They were often, now their kids were often down in Chicago making lots of money, and you had to say to those folks, these other kids here are also your kids. You should invest your money in their education too. Not an easy sell, but other than these are small towns, so you could sort of maybe get a sense that this ought to work. And ought to be an obligation. And it turned out to be the best public policy decision Americans have ever made. Ever made. Because it did two things at once that economists tell us you can't do together. On the one hand, it so lifted the average skill level of the American workforce that everybody, eventually everybody had a high school education. That was not a given. Everybody here's going on in the world which is essentially everybody had an opportunity for high school education. That was not true at the beginning of the century. And the fact that our workforce was so much better educated than any other workforce in the country, that fact alone explains most of American economic growth throughout most of the 20th century. It's a big deal. So everybody was better off. Even the rich bankers in their case were better off because the whole country was growing twice as fast because of this. So it raised everybody, and at the same time, it leveled the playing field. So the people who, for the ensuing half century, the working class, their income and their well-being actually grew faster than the rich folks grew. So it was like a magic solution. Now, what's important about that idea is not high school. We've already done that. That isn't the problem today. And it may not even have to do with schools. I mean, for example, if you take the remember the data I told you about college, getting entrance to college, that's not, rich folks have a better advantage than poor folks. It's not because of tuition. It isn't. It's because kids from that side of town have labored, it's always happened before they get to college. And even always happened before they get to school. Schools are mostly not the source of this problem in America. These gaps are perfectly wide before kids even get to school. It's all those earlier things. And they're added to the informal out-of-school stuff. So I don't want to try to make a claim that what we now need to do is reinvent high school. But what's important about that example is, how did we get that idea? It did not come from experts. It came from ordinary people like you in towns just like Norfolk. Not trying to fix the world, but trying to fix Norfolk or Clinton. And some of the ideas that people had didn't work so well. We've forgotten those, but some of them worked really well. They went viral, actually. The high school spread across the country. It was such a good idea to spread across the country in 20 years, which is amazing. So what I'm saying to you now is, and I know I'm actually talking to you, we can fix this problem. It's a huge problem facing the country. It has important economic consequences, it has important political consequences. Part of our political turmoil is driven by the fact that very soon, by the way, voted for Donald Trump. Why did she vote for? There may be good reasons for voting for Donald Trump, but here's very soon reason for voting for Donald Trump. Very soon is just angry at everything. And she has every right to be angry. And very soon wanted to say that. And that's why she has. And I'm not saying we shouldn't abide by the results of elections. I'm saying we have to be thinking about how we can build a country that can kind of live together. And that's part of this story here. But finally, it is actually a moral question. It just isn't fair that Mary Sue should have so much less chance in life than Marguerite. And we can fix that. And we can begin Norfolk if we want to. Thank you very much.